Relativity. Most people think time is just the clock on the wall, a river flowing forward. But what if time isn't a thing at all? What if time is something that happens? Einstein's general relativity treats spacetime as something fundamental, the stage everything happens on. In TTFT, even time itself is not fundamental. Time is emergent. It appears only when the ether flows and changes. Physical reality doesn't flow smoothly. It evolves frame by frame, tick by tick. Think of a movie. Between every frame, something changed. That change, that tiny evolution, is the heartbeat of time. And if change stops, time stops. In this episode, I try to show how this works. This comes directly from TTFT paper 4, lemma 2.3. For time to exist, the flow current J must be non-vanishing and time-like. In other words, the metric applied to J with itself is negative, and J is not equal to 0. In TTFT, this is a theorem, not an assumption. If J equals 0, meaning nothing flows, nothing changes, there is no time. The universe is frozen, a photo, not a film. But what drives that flow? What causes that change between frames? In TTFT, the universe has a fabric, the ether field. It flows, it circulates, it torsions. And every single change in physical reality, every particle moving, every photon fired, is the ether rearranging itself. Change is ether flow. From lemma 2.3 in TTFT paper 4, if J is smooth, non-vanishing, and time-like, there exists a scalar time function delta t such that J times delta t equals 1. This is your local clock. J is the ether current. It advances time at a rate of exactly 1 along its own direction of flow. Wherever the ether flows, time moves. The rate of ether flow is the rate of time itself. And the time parameter is unique. Time is the affine parameter along integral curves of J, uniquely defined by flow orientation. GR says mass curves spacetime and curved spacetime slows clocks. Beautiful, elegant, but it doesn't explain why spacetime curves, it just describes that it does. TTFT says mass is an ether deficit, a region where ether is being consumed. The surrounding ether flows inward to fill it, and that flowing ether is what time is made of. Clocks near a mass tick slower because the ether around them is being pulled, strained, redirected. Here's the key question: do the numbers match? Do we get the same predictions as Einstein's equations? Gravitational time dilation. General relativity gives the following: d tau by dt equals the square root of 1 minus 2 gm over rc squared. In the weak field limit, this is approximately 1 minus gm over rc squared. In TTFT, the ether scalar potential, phi, near a mass creates a flow gradient. The deeper you are in that potential well, the stronger the local ether current, and the slower your clock runs relative to a distant observer. In the long-range limit, where m sub L goes to 0. In the long-range limit, where m sub L goes to 0, TTFT's Yukawa-type potential reduces to the Newtonian inverse square form. The same time dilation formula emerges, not by tuning, but because both gravity and time come from the same ether flow. Velocity time dilation. An observer moving at speed v relative to the local ether encounters modified flow along their world line. The relation is d tau by dt equals the square root of 1 minus v squared over c squared. The speed of light, see, here is not a mysterious constant we just measured. In TTFT, it is the natural propagation speed of the ether field itself, derived from the torsion spectrum. I want to leave you with an image. Think of reality as a simulation, not in the sci-fi sense, but geometrically. Each frame, the ether rearranges. Each rearrangement is a tick. That tick is time. A frozen universe, no change, no flow, has no time. Not slow time, no time at all. This is lemma 2.3. J equals 0 means no t exists. But the moment the ether moves, the moment change happens, time begins. And the speed of that change, the magnitude of J, sets how fast your clock runs relative to someone else's. So if time is ether flow, what sets that flow in motion? What shapes its patterns? Mass, gravity, and internal torsion structure all sculpt the ether in different ways. Gravity is just one of those patterns, a particularly dramatic one. Next episode will begin with that, gravity as an ether flow phenomenon.